Welcome everybody, it's Unstoppable Stilezzi here, and this is going to be one of my first ever Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition Age of the World mod Civ previews. So, yeah, I'm going to go through each and every one of the Age of the World mod Civs and give you a rundown of them, like what their units are, what their cards are, what their strategies are, all that stuff. Big info pack that you can use. So, where are we starting? Well, the wonderful land of Armenia. Yeah, I think I can even see Mount Ararat from here. Is Mount Ararat here, or is this just a bunch of random mountains in the Armenian highlands? I don't know, but they look very Armenian from the looks of them, so I'm going to trust that maybe Mount Ararat is around the corner. So, first, before we do any sort of gameplay stuff, we need to look at cards here. So we gotta look through every aspect of the home city. We got a deck builder here with every card that we can look at by age. So here we got the age 1 cards, and then we'll move on to the R1s. To start off with, we got these villager cards here for peasants. Numbers wise, they look like every other sort of villager shipment you see typically with the civs. So what sets apart the peasants from the normal villagers is they start out being cheaper in the earlier ages, but they train slower. And as you age up more, they will basically train a bit faster, but they'll become more expensive. And not that expensive, you know. I mean, I think by Imperial Age they end up just evening out to about 100 food. But in the earlier ages, you know, you can queue them up pretty easily if you're trained in military. I mean, that's sort of what this functionality is all about. Like, yeah, your economy is going to be a bit slower, but you're going to be able to make sure that you can maintain the queue a bit better, usually, which is pretty good. You know, it really is. We got the 300 resource crate cards that every civ gets, and then you got the 7 sheep and homestead wagon one as well. Just be aware that with this civ, you can only do the mills and you can only do the estates. Mainly because you do not have normal livestock pens with the Armenians. You actually construct grain carts. Yeah. You remember those wonderful little ee-haw donkey wagons that you have in Age 2 Definitive Edition? Yeah, they make a comeback in Age of the World as well. So, you know, they got these really cool bonuses that not only you can fatten your animals at them and train sheepies, but yeah, they actually improve your gather rate of your villagers. So, if you want a better economy, just go hee-haw and make a grain wagon. Yeah. Next card here, we got the hot air balloons, which will help you with your line of sight. I think every civ gets this, so nothing too new with this one. Now, here's an interesting one. Royal Funds. Your lord gains more hit points and you can train more peasants. So, I think we need to dissect this card so you don't get too confused. So, what do they mean by lord and what do they mean by peasants? Because we just looked at a few peasants here, but they're not talking about these peasants. They're talking about a military unit peasant. So the Lord is actually a unique explorer you get with Georgians and you get with Armenians. And essentially, there are 3 different types of peasant militias that the Lord can train: a cavalry, a spearman, and an archer. And instead of being like a normal military unit, they actually don't cost any population space, but they do have a build limit. When these peasant militias are by themselves, they're pretty bad. They don't do a lot of damage. Their hit points are abysmal. But as soon as they group up with the Lord, their stats go through the roof and they become really strong units for their costs, you know. So, in addition to a normal military, you can field a bunch of these peasant militia units, both the mounted ones and the dismounted ones, in unison and get much better early armies, I think. So, yeah. Now that we moved on from that one and established what that's about, we got the native lore card here. Yeah, your native techs are cheaper, but everybody gets this card, so who cares? Armenian dynasties, though. Essentially, unique Armenian, Caucasian, Asia politicians become cheaper to research. But from the looks of the text there, it's describing a bunch of names that I don't think sound exactly Armenian or Caucasian. So maybe Kados actually ended up buffing this card. I don't know. But in general, it makes your age ups cheaper. So if you want a quicker FF, quicker FI, maybe you could try incorporating this in if you can get a trading post or something. Who knows? Then we got Town Militia, every Town Center defender's dream. A Town Center that can fire with more damage and can call a bigger group of colonial militia as well. So you got that. And then you got Pioneers, very tanky peasants. And then we got this card, Nation of Iron. This is a unique card. It ships you a prospector wagon that turns into an iron mine, increases villager mining rates, and reduces the gold cost of unit upgrades by approximately 20%. So this is actually quite similar to the Croatian immigrants in Wars of Liberty with their early technology that gives you a gold mine and allows villagers to mine faster. Only this card also makes your veteran, your guard, and imperial upgrades cheaper. So it's a nice early card, and it's good for more of the late game when you're going to want to start getting some stats up on your units. And from there, we got the advanced trading posts, basically everything it does for the European civs. Advanced mill. You're never going to see this unless you're playing on the survival map, obviously, which I have done with the Armenians, actually. Just a different mode. And then plantation, same situation here. Market, dock, nothing too different to talk about. All the ranching does basically make sure that you can get hee-haws from your... you can get cows in your hee-haw wagons. Yeah, your grain wagons. So yeah, that's cool. Cows being a bit more of an efficient herdable compared to sheepies usually. At least they have more food though, and aren't they a bit? I think they were a bit cheaper. At least in Wars of Liberty, they were a bit cheaper. 80 food for a moo moo, and then 100 food for a sheep. Yeah, and then you got fish market. It's about the same as any other civ, same with schooners, so you do have a bit of a fishing boat boom option as the Armenians. Got lots of wood chopping here. You do get the wood trickle of distributivism. You do get food silos for mill eco, stockyards to make the herdables at the wagons fatten a lot quicker. Your furrier card is a team one, so it's great when you have allies to use this. Rum distillery, stonemasons, land grab. These are basically what they usually do, so don't have to go too much into them. Eco theory as well. Eco theory, and then team coastal defenses. In general, you're going to see some overlap between the European culture and the Caucasian culture. Yeah, in terms of politicians, in terms of cards and home city setup, yeah, they share a lot of the same characteristics, but in other ways they're very different. So you gotta sort of pay attention to those differences early on to understand what's going on. So yeah, more peasant shipments, nothing too different in terms of the numbering. Same with the crates. 7 moo-moos for herdables. And then we get some other Lord upgrades here. We got the Inspire, which the Lord gains more HP and boosts the damage and hit points in nearby units besides peasants, especially Armenian militia and Fedians. These are some Age 2 units we're going to go over in just 1 or 2 seconds, actually. So stay tuned to that to figure out what those units are. But just know this makes your Lord into a really powerful Explorer unit, capable of boosting up all your other units. And should I add, too, that the Lord, being the king and all, does not fight. He has everybody else fight for him, He just sits there with his crown and just makes people fight better. That's about it. And then you got the Strength and Resolve. Your Lord gains more hit points and an aura that strengthens nearby units' resolve, negating some of the damage they receive. So, makes your guys a bit more tanky in a sense, yeah. While making the Lord stronger, too. You gotta be strong when you don't have no melee attack or anything. Yeah, you better be tanky. Yeah, so these are some of the more unique Armenian units. You got the Armenian militia, an untrained Armenian volunteer militia with low hit points, armed with makeshift weapons. It's a spear. It's a spear. It's not nothing special, just a spear. Yeah. Good against cavalry and buildings. So basically just pikemen. I think they're, if I recall, I can't remember what the cost is. We'll see them in game, but I think they're pretty cost efficient. They're pretty cheap to get out. Same thing with the Fedians. Armenian peasants with low hit points that arm themselves to defend their homelands. Good against infantry. So what do they actually use? They actually use firearms. So they could be considered an early skirmisher unit for that reason. And because they're a gunpowder skirmisher, they do actually benefit from this card, Advanced Arsenal, that they share with the Europeans. So if you send this card and you get access to your counter-infantry rifle, and guess what? The Fedians become that much better. Yeah, definitely consider having Advanced Arsenal in any sort of decks where you're going to be using Fedians a lot. As well as including infantry attack and hit points to definitely help the stats out as well. And now, this is a very powerful unit, the Aruzdi Cavalry. It's a royal horseman armed with the lance. Best against infantry, but also effective against other cavalry. So, what does this mean? It's actually, in my opinion, stronger than the Shinanko Riders of Mexico, because these guys get a full real multiplier against all infantry and no malice. Same with cavalry. It's a full anti-cavalry multiplier. So, probably in enough numbers, you could arguably kill any unit in the game with just these. If you, upgrade them, have the advantages in numbers, maybe one of the best units in the Armenian roster. One of the most flexible ones, I should say. Yeah, and then you get a cavalry damage upgrade as well, so they do even more damage on top of those multipliers they're doing. Native treaties, get some natives from all the... You know what this card does, yeah. And then Fortifications of Annie. Little Annie? No, not that Annie. Simply just a card that gives Nank Towers the ability to be upgraded one age earlier, plus a Nank Tower wagon. So what's a Nank Tower? A Nank Tower is basically your Armenian outposts that basically upgrade themselves in their respective ages. So think back to the Maltese Civ in Wars of Liberty where the walls would upgrade themselves. Basically, yeah, that's what happens with here. The towers upgrade themselves, yeah. And you do get frontier defenses. These will make Nank Towers, not the normal outposts. In terms of production, you got your fencing school, your riding school, and your engineering schools. So, yep, you got all that. And then you got Treaty of Divin. Provides your church with unique Armenian improvements. It's cool that they got royal decrees. And then you got Spies, another European piece. You got Fish Market in Age 1, and then in Age 2 you got Rendering Plants, so you got a really good fish eco, Silversmith, Sustainable Agriculture, Spice Trade, Medicine, Cigar Roller. You get really all the European eco cards here, so definitely feel pretty safe about that. Caravel, Galleon, improved warships and admiralty. So basically your navy is essentially pretty similar to the Europeans, so you shouldn't worry too much about that. Theaters, if you like Ronin and Outlaws, definitely use that. Now, here's some unique native units that the Armenians can ship in. The Elan allies, these are basically like a Dragoon native, so they throw javelins and are good against Cav. You got the Khazars. These are more of like your Hussar-style native unit. They're going to be good against skirmies. And then you got the Tatars, which you remember from the Mongol native sites in Definitive Edition, right? So you're definitely going to want to use a lot of these if you're going up against Cav. And then you got 2 privateers, of course. Moving on to Age 3. We got 8 peasants and your standard wood. All your standard shipments, I would say, with crates. You got 16 bah and 20 bah for that. 1 covered wagon. Local levies. Now, this is an interesting card. Ships 1 Nankarar, 2 Fedians, and 3 Armenian militia for every 7 minutes of the game passed up to 28 minutes. Now, what this card does, which is pretty cool, is it tells you the maximum you can actually get out of this card. So you don't set your expectations too high and you don't set them too low. You know exactly what you're getting into when you get this card. Note things about it because you're like, hey, I wanted about 20 Armenian militia. Sorry, Jimmy, the math doesn't add up. So, yeah, unfortunately. But anyways, we'll move on to some of the unit shipments now. You got more of the Armenian militia spearmen. You do get an infinite shipment in Age 3 if you really like them a lot. Some Fedian shipments too. And here's a new unit, the Nankarar. These are basically Armenian doppelsoldiers. They're described as heavy noble Armenian infantry armed with a sword. Deals more damage than when close to peasants, including Armenian militia and Fedians. So take any of the Armenian peasant units that the Lord can train, as well as these and these. They will actually get more stats by being around them, which is great. It turns them into a beastly unit that's even better than a doppelsoldier or a samurai. Quite powerful. And they do get their own upgrade card called the Malhuztion. Nankarar's attack gained a 25% chance to critically strike, dealing 50% more damage. In better English terms, that means, hey, you got a quarter chance that your attack's going to be about 50% stronger. Yeah, so there's some RNG involved with them too. Not only are these guys boosting them up, but there's a chance you could get really good RNG and do even more damage with them, which is quite good, actually. Quite good. And if I recall correctly, at least from the last games I played as the Armenians, I remember they were trainable in Age 2. You just couldn't ship them until now. Yeah, basically. And then here you got the composite bowman, which is it's kind of funny because normally you get crossbowmen in Age 2 and then you get a skirmisher in Age 3, but for the Armenians, they do the total opposite. They give you skirmishers in Age 2, and here's a guy with a bow and arrow in Age 3. So they totally know how to advance their weapons technology really well in Armenia. But yeah, you remember these guys, right, from Definitive Edition 2? Yeah, these guys work a lot better here, whereas the composite bowmen in Age of Empires 2 DE are simply just rip-offs of the Wars of Liberty sailors before they got nerfed into extinction. These actually have a bit of identity to themselves. So they have a shorter range, just like those archers in AoE 2, but and their multipliers are kind of shrimpy, but they get high hit points, so they don't die that quick, and then their range attacks deal area damage. So, take a cuirassier French cavalry and give them a bow and arrow. That's basically what these guys do. And to boot, they get an upgrade card called Target Practice, where, technically all archers should be doing target practice, otherwise they're going to be pretty bad archers, but the Armenian ones actually want to let you know that they do it, so you'll feel more reliable training them. So basically what this means is composite bowmen gain more attack damage. It's about a 10% attack boost, which, not bad. It's not the best, but not bad. But here's the big thing. Every third attack will take longer to prepare, but will deal more damage in a larger area. So basically, you shoot one arrow, go pew, shoot another arrow, whew, and then the third one, he's going to really pull the bow back for a few seconds, and then when that arrow leaves the bow, you're looking at really big splash and a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, and I think Flex Seal in a can will not fix what these composite bowmen will do to your enemy's armor and skin. Definitely not. Infantry combat helps them even further along, as well as all your other infantry. And now we got these, the Mountaineers. These are basically a shared Caucasian grenadier unit that both the Armenians and the Georgians can make. And they have a pretty good range. They have a really good range, but their hit points are lower. So, they get the advantage of being able to throw the bomb first, but when the bomb's thrown at them, they don't last that long. Just be aware of that. And then the Uruzdi cavalry shipments, this wonderful, wonderful unit. And here's a special card for them. The Gruz. The Gruz. What is it? Basically, they'll get a charge attack where they'll throw a mace at the enemies, right? Like you know those medieval battles where you have a cavalry unit that just throws a javelin at the enemy before going in the melee or something, or fire a few arrows or whatever. Now these guys literally take a big giant war mace, medieval mace, and just throw it at their enemies, doing insane damage. And this card will also boost the attack of the Uruzdi cavalry by about 15% as well. Notice how Armenia does not get a cavalry hit points card, so, it kind of makes up for that and just gives them more damage. They just dish out more damage in that way with their nice, wonderful lance multipliers, yeah. And here's sort of your Dragoon, the Aspets, ranged cavalry that sacrifices a few hit points for a slightly stronger attack, good against cavalry. So, really just Dragoons, that throw javelins instead of shooting carbines or whatever, yeah. I can't recall if they have a better rate of fire. I think they do, but I'd have to check in game when we do our match. Cavalry combat, Infinite One Falk, Wasps get this, Native Warriors, cheaper Nats. Curtain Wall increases the hit points of your walls and allows bowmen to garrison and Nang towers, increasing their attack. So, what was one of the things you remembered from Age of Empires 2? If you took your archers and you stuck them in a tower, they'd fire more arrows at the enemy, doing more damage, right? So, instead of giving you more projectiles, they'll basically just do improve the overall damage of your archers. Yeah, that's basically it. And then frontline garrisons, Nag towers, and keeps become able to train every infantry and cavalry unit. So, yeah, basically turns them into little mini forts in a way. Definitely not as durable as a fort, but they at least get the training part right. Advanced frontier defenses, yeah. Give us 3 tower wagons, give us the first upgrade. This card almost feels like robbing you blind, because these towers already upgrade themselves. So it's like half the card's purpose doesn't even matter anymore. That's great. Sarit, Armenian javelin combat sport increases your cavalry's hit points and reduces their train time. So even though it's strictly the card describes these guys, it also helps these guys out. Go figure. So that's great. As well as any other sort of mercenary or native cav you can come across, yeah. 10 spies, assassins, sort of your European eco-gather cards here, frigate, naval gunners, and you do get some mercenaries. You got the Harks, you got the Highlanders, the Tatars. Well, this is what they call Wars Libya. They're called the Tatars, but here they're the Manchu. You got the Pandurs, an anti-skirmisher, and then you got the giant grenadiers, because they're literally giants. Mercenary loyalty, if you ever wanted to do a mercenary deck with this, also the Cossack Daredevils and the Privateer Fleet. And then let's finish off with the Age 4 cards. You got the food, wood, and coin crates. Advanced hot air balloon. If you really like watching hot air balloons at carnivals or whatever, you can really enjoy with this thing. But 24 of the Armenian militia. And here's where you get an infinite shipment of the Fedians. So if you want a late game shipment of skirms, you can do this. Got some Nakar shipments, some composite bowman shipments, some mountaineer shipments, some Aluzdi cavalry shipments, and some Aspet shipments. Infinite 2 Falcons, and then you got a lineup of all your European artillery, except no mortars, because you get trebuchets instead. Yeah, recall when I did the Knights of St. John a number of months ago, we discussed how they have several different siege weapons instead of artillery. At least some of their artillery, they had some artillery and then they just had siege weapons. So this is one siege weapon, the trebuchet, that will be shared between the Knights of St. John as well as Caucasian civs. Potentially other more medieval civs too might field these as well, so be on the lookout for that. And basically what sets the difference between mortars and trebuchets is that they, from the looks of it, they do a lot of damage, but they're very inaccurate, so they don't always hit the target, Remember in Age of Empires 2, how the trebuchet would sometimes hit the target, sometimes not hit the target. There was totally RNG there. Well, that's basically it with this, basically. So just be aware of that. And you even get a team one, so you can send your team some siege weapons. And you get this card here, Havdik's Design. Very interesting name there. Trebuchets move and fire faster, so they keep up with the rest of your army, and they are going to shoot those inaccurate stones a little bit quicker. Yeah. Blood Brothers, good for native decks, advance, improve buildings. Who doesn't want to improve their buildings and give them more HP? I do. Factories. These things you only thought that belonged to Europe. These guys get as well as their ships. This one always eluded me. Baltic Fleet. Why is Armenia getting access to the Baltic Fleet when they're nowhere near the Baltic Sea? They should call it the Black Sea Fleet or something. The Black Sea Fleet or the wait a second, don't call it the anything fleet. They're a landlocked country. That's right. They shouldn't get any fleet. The Georgians can get a fleet because they're on the Black Sea, but the Armenians are not near the Black Sea. They're not near the Caspian Sea. So don't give them a fleet. Just give them boats that have little holes in the bottom so soldiers can use their legs to walk the ship across the sand or the rocks or the grass or whatever. That's about it. And then got some mercenary shipments, the Highland one, the Holy Roman one. You got little bombards and some native shipments too of your Khazars, your Tatars, and your Alans. Basically, you get infinite shipments of them as well, which is pretty cool. Yep. And then you got Caribbean privateers, even though you're a landlocked country nowhere near the Caribbean, but somehow Jack Sparrow wanted his services to Armenia, I guess. Yeah, of all places. And then you get a battleship. So if they sink your battleship, you can ship another battleship until they sink your battleship again. And the cycle goes on and on and on. Yeah, it just goes on and on and on. Really, yeah. It does. It just goes on forever and ever. To infinity and beyond. Yeah. So, what do we got here? I'll put the World Decree in so we can look at it, at least. I was just going to do a game against an AI. Just for funsies, That's what I was going to do. And I figured, what a better map than the Caucasus place? This is literally where we live. I mean, Armenia doesn't have these wonderful Caspian and Black Seas to go to, but hey, there's somewhere probably like either here or here, depending on what side the map is angled. Yeah, so who do we go up against? I don't know, Vladimir Putin, I guess. Yeah, sure, we'll go up against Vlad or Ivan the Terrible. Doesn't matter. Yeah, let's start up right now. What a relief it is. I actually tried recording this a bit earlier and I forgot to turn off the Age of Pirates mod, and as soon as I booted the game up, it said like, error, AI standard.xs, error. And it's like, this shouldn't be too bad. And then as soon as I was scouting out the AI was literally brain dead, like literally just standing there and doing nothing. The villagers wouldn't gather, I think, but as soon as I came near them, they'd literally start shooting at my explorer and like, oops, we're going to have to redo this again. Houston, we have a problem. A really serious problem, too. So, yeah. These are your peasant militias, by the way. You get a spearman, you get an archer, and then you get a horseman as well that you can't make till age 2, really. Just so you're aware. Yeah. Yep, let's get a treasure here. As soon as you can, try to get the other peasants you can train as well. Since these villas train so slow, I may as well get my other peasant spearmen going. Just scout around, see what I can find. Yeah, let's go after good old Gelazim Zurulov. Ligensten. Get him. Get those unstoppable Stiletsis. The one thing I wish Kados would do is he would... I don't think you can do it because of hardcoding, but a way that the Lord doesn't accidentally mess up your unit targeting, because he's a passive unit that can't attack. it just moves your units forward and doesn't attack the unit because he's the leader or whatever. Lord Kamzarakin or whatever his name is. Yeah, basically, he kind of messes up your micro and stuff. So yeah, wish there's something we could do about that, but unfortunately, nope. Yeah, it's too sad. But anyways, what treasures we got? We got sheepy. We want that. Could get some XP from killing the blitzers here. That's good. Do that. Ooh, look at that monster. That's a real beast. A beastly class. Get that. There we go. Alright, let's get that sheepy. And pretty soon we'll be able to actually afford our grain cart. Go hee-haw! And get some better gather rates. Which one do we do? This one? Yeah, let's go do this one. Get some peasants. Work, you peasant. Yeah, go over there, you peasant. I'll put one on like wood just so we can get the grain cart soon. I don't know how I'm going to do against the Russians. I think I'll be able to clap them pretty easily here, I believe. Yeah, I should be able to. So, do these guys heal up at all with the Lord? My sweet Lord. They don't. They don't. Get this peasant away. Send him back to the cornfields. They don't have any cornfields in Armenia. What do they... Wheat fields? Armenian fields, something like that. Yeah, I guess. Alright, so now we are going to age up with... I mean... I love that they have a unique politician, but I just like the Corps Master a little bit better, so that's what we're going to do. Sad day to be a Armenian fellow, but yeah, I'd rather just go with the politician that usually gets us some good performance. So what do we do here? Get these spearmen to work on this. Yep, these are cavalry, right? No, they're not. So no exact multipliers, I guess. But they do get multipliers against treasure guardians. That's good. Yeah. Somehow destroyed all my peasants. I guess that's what made them peasants. The fact that they couldn't form up the par. Yeah, I guess. It wasn't quite expecting that to happen, so we'll just take them out. Let's get our royal funds now so we can just get more peasants out. That'd be good. We can get some more treasures along the way, too. And how's our age up doing? We're almost done. Should be done pretty soon, right? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, this is the cool thing about the Armenians. You might not necessarily have your military up yet, but you can hold the fort for a slight bit longer by just doing these peasant units, which is pretty neat. Yeah. What do we need now? We need to get another spearman and another archer. Yep. And also aging up will improve their build limit as well. So yeah, not if you don't want this this card here, the royal funds, then you know just aging up will let you make more of them too. So yeah, it becomes a more integral part of your army as you keep going. Really. So yeah, that's cool. Got that. Alright. Oh, they come in different colors. This one's white and this one's black. It's cool. Get some archers. Just let's just herd them in a bit. Mercado. Oh, the Mercado looks pretty neat. Alright, and what do we get from here? I'm just gonna get some wood. I think we're just gonna get some wood and just, you know, hunker down a bit. Let's get our hee-haw wagon now. This is a wonderful grain cart, and it will improve our gather rate rather instantaneously as soon as it comes out, which is great. Hunting dogs and gang saw, get a bit of better eco here. It's good. Alright, well that AI is definitely booming. More than the baby boomer, so we might have to be careful with that. So when are we going to get against that AI? Probably we're going to start small and simple and then move on to bigger and better units. Yeah. Tends to be the better way to do it, right? So I think probably a lot of Armenian militia, some of the Fidians would be of use to us to stop lines of Cossacks and unstoppable Strelitzes from being too unstoppable for us to deal with. Yeah, basically, and yep. Alright, so let's make military buildings. Let's make a barracks. This is what an Armenian barracks looks like. Yeah, it's got a lot of dome structures on it. And we'll make a casa. Still getting that wonderful economic improvement there. Yeah, alright, well, let's just fish them in, let the town center do the work, and yeah, look at this. Look at this wonderful distraction we're doing. Cool. We get a Minutemen. We get Minutemen as well, so that's pretty neat. Alright, so what do we get? Fidians? Yep, alright. Okay. Try to hold them off as long as we can and then put some sort of surefire defense over there. Yeah, think so. Well, what are you guys? You're peasants. Peasants should not be fighting. You should be defending. Alright, looks like we've defended pretty well, actually. I didn't expect that to go so easily, in fact. So we'll get strength and resolve. We'll just make the Lord, my sweet Lord, a little bit better. Let's roll this down a bit. You can keep hunting meat now. That's okay. Keep hunting meat. Just gets oh, these guys are really cheap in wood, actually. Yeah, might make some of those too. Yeah, I think so. Looks like you can. Yep, you can still train them in age too. Yep, that's cool. Maybe we should make some of them. Should make some of these Nakalas. Nakalas. How do you say that? I don't know Armenian. What's the semantics of saying that name properly without butchering it? Not too sure actually. So now we're gonna get some more Nakalas or whatever they are. Alright, get a house, get a casa. We have place of mine. We got place of mines already. So we got all sort of the baseline text that we need. That's cool. Let's keep getting some more villages over here. That's good. Let's take these Cossacks out of place. The Lord is not being our sweet Lord right now by messing up our targeting again. It's never nice. Yeah, we'll get some of these Nakalas. Yep, so here they come. Oh, this is what they look like. So yeah, they got some cool looking uniforms. And to get down to it, they're going to do a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage to their cavalry and now their infantry too. Yeah, so what are these guys? Recruits. I like how they're just sort of sabotaging the entire line of infantry. That's pretty good, yeah. How's the Lord doing? My sweet Lord. Go make some archers, my sweet Lord. Hallelujah. Alright, get some more stuff there. Great. Hey, stop kiting me. You're not supposed to have that much IQ as a bot. Stop kiting me. It's for human players to do. Let Cappy do that. You don't get to do that to me. It's not how it works. And that app, and now they're just... Look at how bad they are once the Lord is, you know, in the ground. Or on the floor, I should... Well, he's not in the ground, he's on the ground. If he's on the ground, yeah, he basically just sorts of weakens out like that. Yeah. Kind of wish this bot would stop attacking us with all these troopers. Like, just give us a little bit of time, really? Yeah. Would be fun. Yeah, let's just add some more swordsmen in too. You shouldn't be here anymore. You've already... Aren't bots supposed to attack? Give you some time to prepare and then attack again, not attack you constantly. And it's more like an AOE3 bot in that sense, yeah. Alright, well, you deal with this. Nah, just deal with the infantry. The infantry are the problem. Infantry are the ones that keep kiting away and shooting us. Let's get rid of this infantry. Let's just get rid of this infantry here and we should be good to go. Yeah, I think so. They're pretty good. I mean, and here's some Fedians to improve their stats too. Yeah, good. Good. Very good. Actually, just get Fedians, I think. Should be good. Get some of these cavalry too. These cavalry are great. The Uruzi cavalry, whatever they're called. They're pretty phenomenal. Where's our... Yep, that's still working, right? Yep. Don't have enough wood for another here yet, so I won't get that. So you're doing well, right? You're rehabilitated, so why don't you make some units? Yeah. Some more units to boost up the swordsman. Yeah, another Nakhala, or whatever they're called. That's some of the Uruzi cavalry. And he's already attacking us again, so this is going to be great. He's already attacking us again. That's fun. Yay! He's attacking us. Yay! Does he have like a 40 or something? Why is he doing that? He's getting hyper aggressive. He's getting feisty, boy. Some Fedians. I could get more of these archers too, just so we're boosting up our Nankalas even more. Yeah. How many peasants we are? We're getting our numbers up pretty well, so I mean I'm not too worried about that part. That part seems to be going quite okay. It's just I think we're probably going to need some other units soon. We're going to probably have to mix in the cavalry with the swordsmen, I think, to get the most bang for our buck. You could just go after them with the lance. Here, and you go up there. If I get some more wood, we could probably just start getting steel traps, maybe. A bit more eco. Yeah. Yep, you can get this one as well. Yep. Why don't you come all the way over here and start mining this for me? Be a real sweetheart. There you go. Let's get the royal decrees just so we can look at them. See what they're all about. Alright, you go over this mine over here. Yep. What else we got? That. House. Mikasa. Yukasa. And why don't you all just come over into this general area and use the card for good. Whoa! What's that? What is that? What is that? I didn't expect that. Come on, man. Come on, dude. What are you doing to me, man? Oh, boy. You didn't have to do that to me. You didn't have to be that nasty. That naughty of a boy. Wow, you're going to get a spanking from me, man. You get a spanking from me, mister. Oh, God. You know what? Yeah, because I don't have enough time for another game. So you know what? Just stand over there and stand guard for a while. Let's actually just get a bunch of resources so I can show you how the rest of the late game goes for fun. All right, here we go. There we go. Yeah, so you'll get Barbary, Corsairs, and Mamluks from your mercenary contractor, a lot like the Ottomans, basically. Yeah, I mean, I think we could probably delete Mr. Monster Truck now, probably. Yep. So these are your Aspens. These are basically your Dragoons. They do have a faster rate of fire of that of archers, so they do shoot faster. But of course, their damage is going to be a lot less. And kind of weird, they're considered sort of in that cav archer category, but they actually still have pierce armor. So kind of a unique stat in that sense, yeah. We could get a fortified church. We can get a foundry. We can get a Nank tower. Just show you all this stuff. Let's get some more casas, Mikasa. Yep, the fortified church is right here, right? So this is another unit I didn't touch on because they're not covered in the home city. You can make the warrior priest from Age of Empires 2 as well. Here, instead of using a couple of swords, they use halberds. Yeah, and they're just really good against cavalry, infantry, and healing. Yeah. Quite a good unit, you know. I mean, look at what they're able to do. They can hold the front lines pretty well, and then if you're combining with the Uruzdi cavalry, even better, really. Even better. Even better, yeah. Let's go over there. Let's make some of those composite bowmen too, so you can see what they're about. I'll get target practice. I'll get this. I'll get this. Yep, we'll just do that. So in general, they're going to fire with this sort of splash attack, and then this is their sure shot, their third shot that they go super slow and then they go super deep with it. Yeah. I'll get some of those grenadiers as well. These are kind of like your normal European grenadiers, but they actually have a bit of a better range. Do we have a fortified church? I had a fortified church and he destroyed it like a meanie. An Armenian, yeah. An Armeni. Wait a minute, no, that's me. Yep, just get this. Yeah, the bot's going in full speed ahead. Yeah. This could use anything like that. Look at what happens when you put speed always wins on. The bot just sends endless waves at you gotta love it though. It's fun. Yep. It's definitely very fun. I'll get some more of these. We can get some of these as well. This dude's still attacking us with stuff. Really? It's crazy. Where's my fortified church? It's going right here. Well, wait a minute. It's at the Wars of Liberty book where it just completely vanishes. Alright, whatever. Whatever's man. So, what are the Royal Decree technologies? You got Christian Armenian levies. All land military units train faster. So, basically a second-hand this and this, basically. Yep. You get Alanic Legacy, 16 Alliance, which was developed by the Alliance. Ooh, so what are those? So these are like a... Ooh, they're like an Elan doggy. Look at the dogs. Ruff, ruff, ruff. They don't cost any population, right? Nah, that's cool though. And then what's the last one? Cilician Resistance. 10 Cilician Janissaries arrived to join you. So, about 10 veteran Janissaries, but they got really cool skins on them. So these aren't your normal Janissaries, they're Armenian Janissaries. So yeah, that's good. And what can we do from here? Get a farm, I guess, yeah. This is what our mills look like, by the way. Look at the cool windmills on them. Yeah, really cool windmills. And where is our... Do we have any more villagers? Is that going to be it for a while? Probably going to be it for a while in terms of villagers, yeah. Actually, because we got speed always wins, our eco's just going to be monstrous, actually. Yeah. And the reason, by the way, I don't have any eco cards in this deck is because I guess when the patch came out on the beta version, or the non-installer version, it didn't have working plantation and mill upgrades, so had to sort of wait till it came out on the official release before we got that sort of stuff. So I was mostly like, yeah, I'm just going to get military shipments then. Yeah. But now that they have the eco techs, it definitely makes them feel more complete now. Yeah. So I'll get Tombs of XP. Why not? And here's a cool little side technology. It doesn't do anything besides change the colors of some of your buildings. So research this. Some of your buildings turn blue. Yeah, some of them turn azul. Azul. Yeah, which is pretty neat. Yeah. What is this? There's a second Cilician rebellion. So it sends more of the Janissaries and gets them up to guard, right? And do we get another? No, we do not. We don't get another one. Get this. What else? What else do we want? Get that. Oluzdi. Get this. Yep. Alright, let's go for it. Let's go up to Imperial Age. And by the way, you can revolt as the Hungarians and Romanians. I don't know why that is there, but hey, maybe it'll add some more relevant revolts down the road. Who knows? Who knows exactly? Yeah. There we go. Let's build a capital. The capital of the empire. Works just like a European capital. Get this, that, this and that, this and that. Get this. There we go. Get a bunch of the Uluzdi cavalries. How do they look in like late game? Not bad. Not bad at all. They actually do quite a bit. So the mace toss is about the same amount of damage as the melee attack, but it just does it from range. Is that right? That's cool. Yep. Let's get that. These in. Look at the AI's score right now. It's like over 2 million. Over 2 million score. It's going to get a top score with that, and then we'll add some trebs in too. Yep. Here's the trebuchets. Trebuchets. Counterweight trebuchets, and then we get Imperial counterweight trebuchets. Yeah. Look at this bot trying to cope with all these lancers. Yeah, I can add some more cabin as well. And maybe we can add in some more priests, since they heal us up, right? Or can I make more of these dudes? Hey, I want to make some units. Make them. Here they are. My priests.
You will be sorry.
Take like one Vil onto a tree. You know how fast this Vil's gonna like chop down those trees. It's gonna be insane. Woo! Look at that! Look at that gather rate. It's no joke. It's no joke. That. Wait for that to come in. Then we'll just get super nice long-range archers. Get the Trebs working on the factory. Then we can move on with that. Yep. Oh, I gotta move them to like a new tree line. We already took out that entire forest. Get some more of these. Stop going after my siege equipment, please. It's gonna make it much harder to destroy you if you do that. It really is. This... I don't know. Yeah, we can get some more siege. Why not? How are these composite bowmen in like mass? They like do really well, or... Yeah, I'll get the Imperial upgrade now just to see that. Oh, then he does like artillery, so it's like, yeah, they kind of flat out after that. Well, deal with that. I think we're just going to need to have like buildings right up against the enemy side there. Yeah. I think once we do that, we should be alright. Yeah, in general, I find going for FF in a composite bowman is sometimes pretty efficient, but not always. And the Aluzdi cavalry are a pretty good bread and butter unit to combine with your composite bowman, usually. This is a general rule of thumb. Turn them into Northern Musketeers. 3 Northern Musketeers. Now these guys are one pop. I just noticed that. That's kind of powerful, actually. Oh, it is. It's quite powerful. Then we add more of these horses in. Oop, there it is. I think we get it. I mean, in essence, if you give a bot to me infinite resources, I'll always outfight the bot. Just because I know the unit comp's better. A tad bit better. Why did the Trebs come down here? That's like eating up our population. Would be pretty convenient if they actually did their jobs, yeah. I pay them a good salary for every week. Here comes the Trebs. Oh no, he's starting to defend his stuff there. Let's get some more composite bowmen to protect the Trebbies. Yeah, see, now he's just gonna rush us with like these northern musketeers. Don't worry about the 3 musketeers, worry about the northern musketeers. Where's he getting all these northern musketeers from, by the way? Kind of curious, actually, where these things are coming from. Did he, like, totally convert them into... I don't know, it's kind of strange. I don't see any more of the recruits, just these guys, so... Oh, there's the recruits, alright. Just wondering where all these things are coming from. Yeah, how does he keep making these? Yeah, that's weird. Got the stable. Let's keep adding more of the Rusty cavalry. And moving for the siege as well on the back of the base and start striking from this side. Kill those bills, take out the eco bills, take all that out, yep. Going in with our swordsman. I'm gonna get my facties now. And the wood from them. Now look at how cool these factories look for the Armenians. They got their own model and everything. Get some of these as well. Start hitting these blockhouses in the back too. Yep. Get some more composite bowmen to support. What are these? I think those are Oldenburgs or something. Yep, you just go in there and defend that. You just strike that one out. Yep. This is coming from. Just take out that last mill in case he tries anything funny with it. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see, though, how you might be able to put together some sort of late-game siege as the Armenians, just in a bit of faster motion. Take this out. I was getting it from the native side. Alright, now I understand where that was coming from. They was hacking or something. There we go. Ivan the Terrible wasn't so terrible after all, huh? Yeah, well, GG. Alright. Well, that's basically a good summary for you about Armenians in general. So if you have any other questions about them, definitely put them in the comments. Yep. This will be my first of many civs I'll be doing from Age of the World. So, sign off now from this one. See you next time. Yeah, next time. There'll always be a next time. Yep. Thankfully.